Hi everyone, this is Pramita here. So this is going to be the second part of using up your packaging as covers. In the first part, I had done some collage on the Amazon envelope that I shared, and I have the collage has dried now, this masterboard collage sort of thing. So what I will do is I'm going to be creating some journal covers out of this. You can make tags, you can make whatever. So probably what I can do is, instead of making two covers, I will make one cover and some journal tags to go inside that journal. Now this is how it looks once it has dried, and you can see it's pretty neutral. You can put any kind of accents to this, and that's what I like. And this opens up, so you can keep it as it is. You can use it in your happy mails also. So I'm going to be using this. So what I'll do is I'm going to fold this. Now this is going to be a tri-fold, but it's going to be slightly different. They are not going to be in equal widths, so I want this journal to be a little bit on the wider side, but it will also have a closure halfway through. So it's going to be like this. So this is the straight edge. Okay, now I'm going to trim this side down, and then I will sew it around. So this is extremely sturdy, as you can see how it is buckling up. But once I stitch this, what happens is, when it runs under the sewing machine, it sort of gains a kind of structure, and it learns to retain its shape and structure sort of thing. So this is like this, and I'm going to trim this section down. And this piece that I have, of course I can turn it into a journal cover also if I want to, but I guess I'm going to turn this into some tags. So then we're going to decorate the tags with all sorts of elements and use them as it is, or we can create something else totally, it depends. So we're going to build this journal cover, and I'm going to be trimming the edge out. So I'll just make sure that this is straight, and then I'll be using my cutter. But this is pretty stiff, so I probably will have a little bit of difficulty. That's okay, because I just want this to be straight, and I know this is that's done. So this is what I've taken off, and I'm going to do the same on the front, at the top also, because I want this to be straight. Okay, so how's everybody doing? So if you have not watched the first part, I would recommend that you go and watch the first part. I think I have to use my scissors because this is very thick, and I might, in the process, I might destroy my guillotine cutter totally. So I'm doing this with a pair of scissors. So it says Moonlight and Fairies, and of course I'm going to be stitching around this. And before I stitch, what I'll do is I'm going to be trimming this a little bit, and what I'll do is I'll just give this a rounded edge sort of look, so that it looks a little bit different. I'm just eyeballing it. You don't have to. You can just so now what I'll do is I'll just turn this and see whether they align properly or not. So they do align properly, as you can see. I just need to, okay, so this is going to be the cover, and I'm going to stitch around it and make this into a cover. And before stitching, what I'll do is I will ink certain things just so that the sewing becomes a little bit easier. Just let me look for my dauber, which of course I can't find. I have not been working on journals for the past few days because I don't know about you, but I had taken my third booster, I mean the third vaccine, and it was a very busy day for me, and then I went on to take the vaccine, and I was not well after that. I don't know if it just happened with anybody else, but my husband was okay, you know. He was okay. I was not. And I'm just taking off the white bits a little bit. So I'll stitch around certain areas, and then I will, yeah, so this will actually help me to know where I want to stitch. So that's that. Okay, so it's like so, and inside probably I will just ink the outside, and then we'll see how things go. And I'm also going to round the inside corners. So just a second. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just match this up, and okay, and then I'm going to match this up. This is totally eyeballing sort of thing, and I just want this to match up. So, and so I was not feeling well, and you know, when you're not feeling well, I don't know about you, I just don't do certain things which I love to do, and I only do the things that I have to do. So it was, I love making journals, that's for sure. And I was not working, I mean I was not making any journals, so I was just taking some time off. I was doing the stuff that I had to do, needed my attention, so that's what I did. So now as you can see, I have sort of formed the cover. Now I'm going to stitch this. Now I'm not sure whether I will be like I need to glue this part up, you know, this one, this. So I got a new glue stick, but I don't know whether it's going to go well with it. I don't know, I need to check this, but it hope it turns out okay, because usually I use the Amazon glue sticks. They are okay, they do the job, they are good, but I also wanted to try this one. I don't know, seems to work well. So I will be stitching all around this, and probably what I'll do is I will also do some like I'm going to seal this if possible. I'll just see, because this is printed on inkjet printer, this is not your, so I'll probably use some decoupage glue and seal this. So I'll show you how, or some distress you know, distress collage medium, and I'll be back to show you how it looks. So first let me stitch this, and then we will do the collage part, because that way it becomes a little bit more pliable. So so this is how it's looking. So if this works out well, probably, I don't know. Okay, so another thing is that I will be coming out with these papers that I had worked with. They they have been in the process of creation. That is going to be called sepia collage papers, mostly backgroundish kind of ephemera collage sheets that can be used anywhere to make your tags, make pages for your collages, all sorts of things. So probably I'm going to come out with that. But honestly, I'm really really so hard pressed for time. I really don't have any time at all. Just, and as I said, I took the third vaccine, and I was not feeling well. So I decided to take some time off, and also I needed to clean and organize. But I have not done that, honestly. I need to do that. So let's see how things go, and let me stitch this, and I'll be back to show how it looks. So keep watching, don't go anywhere. If you have not yet subscribed, then please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. And if you want to support me on my social media, then I will have all the links given below, links to my shop, and also I had asked, I had talked about going live on you know, on YouTube. So I guess I will try and fit in some time this week, probably. I'll try my best. Of course, you'll get a notification before that. So keep watching, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. So I'm back. There has been a change of plan. So I decided to add some lacy elements on the cover, and this is going to be a very vintagey style kind of journal, very neutral, so that you can use it for any other, you can add in basically any color you want. So what I've done is I've basically, let me just take these off. So I have cut this entire thing up, and you know, keeping the middle part intact, because eventually it's going to be stitched onto. So, and this is going to be the back portion of the journal, like so. Okay, so I plan on adding some lace elements on the back. So what I've done is I have added these lace scraps that I had, and probably I'm going to ink this a little bit more, so that, you know, it's sort of it's not as white as it looks, but I want different shades of the sepia tone, you can say. So this is going to go in here. This is a cabinet card. Again, as I said, these were I had created these keeping in mind that you will be able to use them in your collages or in your projects like these, where you can just add in little bits and pieces which are not very hard to get by, but you'll have to search for them. Instead of what I decided was I'm going to add little bits and pieces that you would require to create your collage pieces in one single kit. Now, as I said, I had put in a ton of things there. You can make clusters, you can use some background papers and stuff like that, but I did not finish the kit. It's in a half done stage. So if I manage to squirrel out a little bit of time, probably I will complete that. So I'm going to be adding this lace piece. This is a coffee dyed lace that I have, and probably I'm going to be using that. I don't know, I might add a few buttons later on just to finish the look. And so this is how I want this to look. So it's kind of a lacy and a vintagey kind of look that it will have. So before I put this down, I'm going to be inking this, and then this will go in here. I could have put something else, you know, that's also possible. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else, if I'm going to change my mind, but let's see how everything else would look. So suppose I put this over here, but I don't want to take away the beauty of the topper, so I'm you know, pulling myself away from a very prominent piece, if you understand what I mean. There are quite a few vintage images that I have that I constantly use, so I can use something like this. Okay, so I think this will look nice, somewhat nice, so I can put it over here. Okay, and then because this looks very blended in, I probably will not use it till the last moment, so let's decide that now. And I have that tiny lace bit that I have over here, and since this one is a little bit on the squarish side, so I'll probably put it this way. Okay, and then I'll probably put this ratty bit over here, and okay, and then I'll complete the entire look using some vintage buttons that I have. So I can use this. This is going to be too thick, so I'll probably move this like so. Okay, so this will be the back cover, and so I'll probably move this. Placement is very crucial for me, the kind of stuff that I do, not for everyone, so I'll probably go with this. This looks a lot better, and I'll probably pull this down a little bit. So, and of course this is going to be layered on some gauzy kind of material. So let's work on putting bits and pieces together and get the back portion of the cover done. Now when I'm working on covers like this, I usually decide on the pockets way ahead, and in this case I'm going to be creating some lace pockets, which you can see in the next part. For this part we're only going to work on the back portion of this cover because it's going to get so lengthy, and these videos are going to come back to back. So like if you see the previous video of collaging the entire Amazon envelope at one go, this will come at one go. I mean the stitching and the putting together of the cover. So I'm going to be adding this. See, what I decide is always on the spur of the moment. It's very organic. It would be dishonest to say that I never plan things ahead, but putting lace on the back cover was not in my plan, but then I changed it, as you can see. So I'm going to put this like so. So this is going to be the back cover. The front cover will have a topper. Again, I'm going to work on the topper with you. I mean, I'm going to film this and show how I plan on making the topper. So this is going to be the back. So let's start gluing stuff down preliminarily, and then we're going to work on this. So I'm just going to use my glue stick because so I can stitch this separately, and this one will go in later on, but I want these two to be okay. So let's do this. I have this fear of commitment, putting things down and then probably messing this up, so I'm not going to do this, and this is what I want. Okay, and then this is going to go over here. This is not for the laces to stick down. This is just for you know, just for the ease of sewing this material down. And if you like this video, then you please hit the like button. Please try to comment a little below, because that would you know, that would help my video to be pushed into people's suggestions as videos. And I'm going to be, and they might choose to watch mine. It's not definite, but of course there's a probability that they will. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I don't know why my videos are not getting as much views as they should, but it's difficult to understand the technology. But it's also partly me, because I cannot upload every day. It's not possible for me, so probably that can be another reason. So this is how it might look. So let me stitch these two down and stitch this one down, and then I'm going to stitch everything and show you how they look. So I'm going to take this off and stitch this part and stitch the entire thing, and then I'll show you. So I'm going to open this up. So this is because I don't want the stitching to come and show on this side, so that is why I've opened this up. You can see the stitching on this side, and eventually they are going to get closed up, so you won't be able to see the stitching at all. So that's it. Please wait till I finish this. Okay, so I have stitched everything in, and I'll show you how it looks. It's looking pretty cool. So I don't know, I'm so in two minds. So anyways, I don't know if I'm going to make this into a journal. I might sell this as a cover, but of course that would need some work. I'm not sure. So this is how the back cover looks, you know. So there are some vintage lace, some not so vintage lace, some coffee dyed laces and stuff like that. But what I intend to do is I intend to add a lace pocket inside. Now I have this white lace. It is coffee dyed. Just a second, let me make sure that I'm showing you the right side. It is not vintage, but it is not old, but it is new lace that I have coffee dyed. Okay, so I might add this as a pocket. So there's going to be one pocket here, one pocket here, but of course this pocket is not going to be continued on this side. So I need to trim this and glue certain parts so that it doesn't move about when I am stitching this as a pocket. And then finally, after I have put down the pocket, I will you know, stitch this as a cover, and the topper of course is going to be different. I'm going to stitch and create that separately, and then I'm just going to glue it down. So here, I think this is a little bit wonky. Let me see. Yes, it is. Okay, so now it's okay. Yeah, so this much was bugging me. So I like how the back cover is looking, and I'm going to maybe I'm going to add a few buttons, vintage buttons, or some beads. We'll see, you know, we'll see what happens. So let me create the pocket first. So what I'll do is first I need to cut this absolutely straight, so that I don't, this is not straight, this is not straight. So I'm going to cut this straight. Okay, and if you want, you can put this on a piece of paper and then put it down, or if you want, you can use some music paper and then put it down. But I didn't want to take away from the, you know, collage background, so I'm not going to be doing that. So in that case, I have to be very careful, you know, when I'm using this lace, because I have to make sure that it is absolutely flush with the edge but not going over the edge. I have to make sure of that. So what I'll do is I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue, and then I'm going to let this dry for a while, a little bit, not much, so that it's easy for me to stitch. I don't know why is it. you know what, I went to do grocery in one of the, after I took my third vaccine. My husband thinks I'm used to think I'm crazy, but off late he has just given up. So what happened was, I was I had gone to do some grocery shopping after our third dose of vaccine was over, and when we finished, as soon as I entered this store, there was this display sort of area where they have displayed some items on sale, and I saw some glue bottles and I went just bonkers. I said I had to pick those up, and he's saying, we have not even started doing grocery. So I said, okay, let's do the grocery first, but I'm going to pick them up later on. So after I finished doing grocery, I remembered that I had wanted to pick those glue bottles, but unfortunately I could not. So I'm definitely going to have a go. So I told him to stand, just wait for a while, let me pick those up and I'll be back. And man, oh man, he thought I have just gone bonkers, but I was totally oblivious to the fact that it might look odd. I just went running and I picked those things up because we were already standing in the queue and there was a long queue. So I wanted this edge to hang out. So that is why I'm adding this in this way. And that is also one of the reasons why I've chosen this lace. Because I want this to be like this. So just I'll let this dry for just a few minutes, because obviously this glue is not going to hold up the amount of glue I'm using and the way I'm using it, because I will stitch this, I know. So I'm not going to put a ton of glue because then it's going to take a lot of time to dry. So that's it. And I bought 2 new bottles of glue. They were on sale. Just imagine. Only a person who knows what glue means to people like us, journal makers, creators, crafters, they will understand what kind of significance these things have, So I'm going to be just pushing this a little bit. I know it's not so this is going to be the pocket inside. Okay, so I don't know, I have this thing in mind. I might sell them as journal covers. Never done that before. I always have made a full-fledged journal, but I don't know, I don't have the time to make a journal because as I said, I made a resolution. I'm going to finish up all my older projects and then only I'm going to start my new ones. So I'm going to keep this like this for a while, let this dry. So I'm going to stitch this. I don't want you to bore you to death talking about all sorts of glues and things like that. So I'm going to wait till this dries and I'm going to come back to show you how it looks after stitching. Okay, so keep on watching. Okay, so I have stitched the cover and as you can see it's looking pretty nice. It has these 2 pockets inside. Let me show you. Like this pocket, these are pretty substantial pockets, so this will go in and this will also go in. It might look a little bit flimsy right now, but once we put the tags and all in, it's going to look filled out probably. I don't know yet how it's going to look in the later stages, but of course one thing is for sure, I'm going to be creating a topper for this in the next part, so keep watching, don't go anywhere. And also if you want me to do something specific, then please comment below. I'll try and do that. So here I want to trim this. This is bugging me, not entirely. So this is how the back cover is looking, and of course I'm going to create a front panel sort of thing, which is not going to be too wide. It's going to be a little bit wonky on the side. We'll see what we do. I just can't say everything ahead of time. I don't want to take away the element of surprise. So let's see what happens. So this is the back cover, and I'm super happy with the way the lace and all have turned out. I'll probably add a little bit of bead and buttons later on, and create a topper for this. So keep watching. In the next part I'm going to create some toppers, and who knows, probably I'll be creating journal cover. Like, I was thinking, why not create a accordion style tag journal out of this cover. So and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm not thinking about this right away, but I simply can't forget about it also. So let's start working on this, and then we'll go on to that. Okay, so one thing at a time. So thank you everybody for watching this, and bye. Have a great day.